WIBTAH for asking for a divorce because my wife betrayed my trust. When I, 40M, was a kid, I was groomed by a cousin 11 years older than me, and when I was 13, she got pregnant and had the kid. It fucked me up a lot, as you can imagine, and she eventually was found out and went to prison for it. The kid was took off her and went the foster care/adoption route, and I was not allowed any form of relationship at all with the kid. My parents and social services forbade it. He's now 26 and has had a very troubled life, I understand, been in and out of prison. I have continued to have no relationship or contact with him. Despite issues in my teens, I turned my life around and I'm now married to my wife, 45F, and we have a daughter, 6F, together. I have a son, 19M, from a previous relationship who I had sole custody of until I met my wife, and she has a daughter, 25F, from a previous relationship. I'm no stranger to Reddit, so I'll answer now. Yes, I have had therapy and counseling for it all. We've had a pretty good family unit for a few years, but 3 years ago, I had a hard time with my son after he found about what happened to me as a kid, and he found out he technically has an older half-brother and wanted a relationship with him. Despite how hard it was for me, I agreed, and my wife mainly agreed to be the main support for him and be behind it all on the condition A, I have no contact myself, and B, our daughter doesn't hear about it and is kept out of it. My reasoning on the latter is that she's too young to find out, and I don't want to confuse her at such a young age, and also, she's a kid and will talk about it, and I don't want anyone to find my business out. My wife agreed and son respected my wishes, and to my knowledge, it's all been handled well. The 26M got out of prison a couple of years ago, and I understand my son has met him, and I thought after a while, my wife stepped away a bit as he's now old enough to have contact on his own. I have never said she would never be told the truth, just that we would tell her when she was older and could understand. Last week, I noticed my daughter was drawing a picture and I looked at it, and I asked her about it. She was a bit sheepish and was acting like she wasn't supposed to, so I persisted, and she answered me. It was a picture of her family. It had me, her mum, her, my son, her older sister and her big brother in her words. I asked her about it after more coaxing, and she said she sees him with Mummy sometimes on their own. I asked her how long it's happened for, and she said since she was little, but Mummy said she's not supposed to talk about it and said to not tell Daddy as it'll upset me. I reassured her she's not in trouble and I'm not upset with her, and confronted my wife about it later when she got in. She admitted it was true, and I asked her how long it's been going on, and she said ever since my son had contact 3 years ago. She took my daughter to see him in prison once at the start because she didn't have childcare one day, and when he got out, she's kept taking her to see him since. I asked her who knows, and she admitted they all know, her, my son, and even my stepdaughter knows. I was beyond angry, so I packed some things and left the house and have been staying at an Airbnb since. She's been trying to call me to talk, so has my son, and even my stepdaughter has been trying to call me to talk about it. I just can't face them. I know I need to go home today and I'm in the process of contemplating it, but I genuinely feel like I can't stand them all, and I'm thinking of asking for a divorce over it. My wife was the one person in life who I trusted and had my back enough to share it all, and I feel like she's done something on par with what my rapist did and betrayed my trust. Despite her keeping on saying how sorry she is, she just keeps on saying she did it for our daughter and felt sorry for the older lad. WIBTAH.